All right, so I know it's a little late. Collab has been out for a couple days now at this current point, but I want to talk about Gilgamesh. Now, obviously, a lot of people are saying that he's very bad because of the fact that if you don't have someone like Saber, his overall damage is locked behind having Saber because of the joint ultimate and just overall capabilities. Also, on the flip side, if you don't have Mortonic's Blade, he's not really that great. And if you don't have the light cone, there's no real other options. So the key fact with Gilgamesh is that he is an attack percent scaling unit. He scales off of his own individual attack. So what exactly are we going to be looking for when it comes to destruction light cones, right? Well, the Herder Shop light cone is honestly a decent option. When the wearer attacks, increases their attack by 8% this battle. This effect can stack up to 4 times. After the wearer breaks an enemy's weakness, increases the damage dealt by 12%. But after testing, I have found that Phinon's light cone is actually better. Being able to increase his base speed by 12 is very good, makes it for a lot faster of a DPS character. When dealing damage, ignores 18% of the target's defense. I think that is extremely good. And after the wearer uses the ultimate, gazes Blazing Sun, which is removed at the start of the turn. When holding Blazing Sun, increases the wearer's damage dealt by 60%. I think that is extremely good. So for someone not using Saber, for someone not using the likes of, actually let's change it because I want to do a lightning weakness character or enemy. For someone not using the likes of Mortonic's Blade, what exactly can we expect when it comes to Gilgamesh, right? Well, this is the team that I am going to be using. Actually, we're going to be taking Robin out. I'm sorry, beautiful girl, but your additional version will be coming out and she will be really good. So we're going to be running this team. We're going to be boosting the crit damage quite a bit, advanced action forwarding, and increasing the energy for the ultimate, which for Gilgamesh, most of his overall damage is going to be locked behind. And when it comes to survivability, you have the option of running Donghang PT, providing sustainability with the shield for everybody. He also has the Lushaka set, which will be boosting Gilgamesh's overall attack, and also by using his abilities increases whoever you want to target's attack as well. But if you don't want to be using him, you could also be using the GOAT of Honkai Star Rail, which I'll be making a separate video on, and that is going to be Hua Hua in that slot, boosting energy while also boosting speed and attack. But this is what we're going to be using. So what exactly is negative about Gilgamesh? Well, like I said, he is a character that, for honestly the most part, if you do not have Saber, unfortunately most of his damage is locked behind having Saber. You want that conjoined attack, which increases the overall damage that he is going to be capable of doing. So we are going to be boosting everybody's crit damage right here, while also adding more stacks to Gilgamesh, and that is another key factor and aspect. Now we have 10, boom, so 13. His damage is going to be a little bit higher now. Go ahead and get Sunday here. I think we'll be able to get his ultimate off as well. It will be. Go ahead and activate this. Now we got Gilgamesh. We have his ultimate. So what exactly are we looking at with Gilgamesh? So for the attack, we are looking at about 6,000 attack. Crit rate is over 100. Crit damage is 680 overall damage. So we're going to be using this. Again, nobody's weak to that. 377,000. So now the ultimate, right? Like I said, this is where most of his damage is going to be locked behind. 3.5 million. So you don't need Saber. You don't need some of the likes of Mortonic's Blade. Obviously, having them would be good, yes. But there are viable options that you can use in the lack of having those other characters. And the nice part about using this team composition is that obviously, right, we want to be using a lot of skill points. That is very pivotal. with having the likes of Sparkle, we don't really need to worry about this skill points. Like everything is just going to be cycling through consistently. Now we are going to be activating the ultimate boost increase as well. Damage wise, what are we looking at right here? 241k, still very strong. Boom. Now come on, let's get this little guy going a little bit more. We have more ultimate next time around, which is going to be very good, unless he hits Gilgamesh. He barely does, so that's unfortunate. Now we have the ultimate. We're gonna hold off on the ultimate. I want to make sure. Okay, now we have 5 stacks, which is still very good. It allows for more damage with the enhanced skill. That is the biggest thing when you target him for an ability. Ultimate wise, we saw 3.7. Obviously we don't have all the stacks. 2.5 million, still extremely strong. Now the 8 stacks of the skill, not the best because of the Flame Reaver's overall resistances are relatively high. Go ahead and activate Sparkle right here. But for the most part, you can see that Gilgamesh is no slouch. He is actually very strong of a character. 303k, very good still. Go ahead and boom, come on, get some more attack, more damage. Now we got the ultimate going, 5 stacks now. Sparkle obviously going to be boosting him again. Not a whole lot, so 6 stacks was less than the 8. We saw 303, 269, but you can see, honestly, for the most part, Gilgamesh's damage overall, like I said, is locked behind the ultimate. But saying that, you know, for the most part, you might be like, oh, great, you know, a ultimate merchant, somebody who just wants the overall damage to increase the ultimate. Everything else is not that great. Well, in a sense, yes, you could run characters who don't advance action forward, because that is, for the most part, what is going to hinder him the most. Excuse me, had like a cough or a frog in my throat. All right, damage wise, 794. So like I said, he is very high with his resistances. The biggest thing with Gilgamesh is that his overall damage is locked behind the ultimate, as I said. And when you advance action forward, it reduces the overall stacks, which more stacks equals more damage from the enhanced skill when he's peaked. Otherwise, he's just interested. He's like, okay, I might be wanting to do damage, I might not be, you know, so on and so forth. But as I stated, if you don't have Saber, if you don't have Mortonic's Blade, there are other options to use on Gilgamesh, and he is not a slouch by any stretch of the imagination. You might be curious about Eidolons. Boom. I have no Eidolons in him. I don't have his signature. As you saw, I'm using Finon's Light Cone, which is extremely strong with Gilgamesh. Obviously, if you have Gilgamesh's Light Cone, it's extremely good. The key stats you want to focus on is going to be the attack, the crit rate, and the crit damage. That's going to be all for me, guys. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you all within the next video.